Welcome to the Before You Plan the Magic podcast. I'm Sam.
And I'm MK, and we're two travel agent besties on a mission to help you grow more confidence, creativity, and customer service within your travel business.
Like what you hear? Connect with us on Instagram at The Happiest Things Co. for more. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
We're live. My phone just told me. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of the week. Hallelujah.
My phone just told me that we are also live. So
smart devices.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't see you now, but the glare on my glasses was really bothering me. So, anywho, what are you working on today, MK? I see you're in your car.
Yeah. So, I am part of a networking group, and one of the things that is like it's not a requirement, but they always say we're responsible for 4 things. And one of the 4 things we're responsible for each week is having a one-on-one meeting with another person in our group to get to know them more and like learn how we can work together and help their business. So this morning I am meeting with the lady in our networking group who is from a nonprofit called JCOC. They help the homeless community here in Virginia Beach. So I'm really excited to meet with her. There's definitely some overlap from my previous lifetime when I worked in like volunteer management. So really excited to meet with her, learn how I can partner with their organization, personally and professionally. But networking has been a really great way to like establish new connections and get referrals, and referrals can be really great for business. So that's what I'm working on today. And then just batch creating a lot of content this afternoon to get and stay ahead.
I see a lot of people that are just getting started that struggle with finding clients, and they will be saying like, I post on my social medias, I do this, I do that. And I think a lot of times people don't realize that your first clients and, further along into your business are going to be from referrals, from people that you know in real life. That's where those first clients, at least, are going to come from, like 99% of the time.
Well, and even now, 3 years in, the clients that I don't want to say are easiest to work with, but the clients that I can understand best are often from a referral or someone that I've known for a long time. I'm actually, the trip that I'm planning that I'm most excited about right now is for a high school classmate. And I remember going over to her house all the time and like hanging out with her family, and it's making the whole Disney trip planning process so much easier because I know how her mom is. I know how her dad is. And so I'm able to be like, okay, has anything changed about Regina or Doug that like I need to know about? And she's like, nope, they're pretty much the same as they were 12 years ago. But having that base knowledge is so helpful. And even when you have referrals from other people that you know, you're still going to have a level of base knowledge there. And one thing that helps too with all of those is there's like a common interest already because you're interested in the other person that connected you. So right. I think and I found some of the same when I started my business, in that I was kind of stuck at home. I couldn't drive because I was having lots of seizures, which is a different story for a different day. But it was really hard because I was seeing that the places I needed to be to get clients was like out in the world. And I think it's very easy to get stuck in the, oh, well, I like travel for work and then like I, work from home and not like leave. And so this networking group has been a really good thing for me because it forces me out of my house and forces me to get to know new people. And they have a whole framework for how you have these like conversations. And as someone who at times is like gets kind of like in my head about asking people questions, it's so helpful to have a framework. So yeah,
Yeah.
plug for BNI, everyone. Big plug for
I
BNI.
think, and you have those first clients, and then I think some people are maybe like embarrassed to say that their first clients are their friends and family. I don't see why it matters. The money spends the same. So,
Right. And you still get commission the same. Like it
yeah,
doesn't change,
exactly. And those people will tell other people, and it grows your network outside of just those friends and family. So
Right.
don't disregard those people that are kind of closest to you. However, make sure that they know you're a travel agent also.
Yeah. Well, and I
Because
think too, I think I think also like so one thing we talked about in my group yesterday was that while I specialize in Disney destinations, if you need a hotel in Richmond, like ask me, because I think sometimes people are like, oh well, they only do this, and I know you and I are probably different in this, that you like really only do Disney, but like I was able to make two really quick sales because we have two people in our group that wanted like Valentine's Day getaways. So, are those going to be my huge money makers? No, but they do add to my bottom line. And honestly, like they knew where they wanted to stay. They knew the nights they wanted to stay there. They're not needing a full blown itinerary. They're going because they're already doing something in that area. And so, like, think about things like that too. My dad travels to go see my sister's lot in Texas. He always gets a rental car and a hotel when he's there. So, like, yo, dad, can I, like, instead of you just doing that yourself, do you mind if I book it for you? Because it does add to my bottom line. And he's been happy to let me do that. And it's been great. My sisters, my mom, they're all the same way. Like if we stay in a hotel at this point, they almost always ask me first. And if not, it's because it's super last minute. But think of things like that too that might add to your bottom line and just really help you, you know, like the practice is helpful too, if nothing
mhm.
else, of being in the sites, doing the bookings, um, things like that. So
Yep.
that's probably a really long tangent, but
No,
yeah,
it's
I
great.
don't think there's anything to be embarrassed about. Um, your friends and family are people that trust you, and really so much of doing this business well is building the know, like, and trust factor with people, whether that's through social media, personal connections. Um, there are a lot of ways you have to do that. And if your family and friends are willing to help you out with that, like, make use of that, value that, treasure that, like, thank them, be appreciative, um, and do the best job you can with those trips is really the other big thing.
Right.
Um, yeah.
I agree. And make sure that you're asking them to pass your name along too. Because
I
you never know in their workplace, in their, in their circle that you're not involved in. There's probably talk about people going on vacation.
and I think too, so one thing we talk about in BNI is having like trigger words and teaching our fellow members to listen out for those trigger words. So as an agent, what are some trigger words for us? We're thinking about going on vacation is a big one. I like to think of other things that like people in my niche are going to be talking about too. So like, oh, my kid's getting ready to turn 9 or 10. Like ninth birthdays, I try and hit people all the time with that because I'm like, that's last year they'll be counted as a kid. So I would highly suggest if you're thinking about Disney in the next 2 years, you go ahead and take this year. Um, Graduation celebrations, really, like anytime there's a celebration, I feel like that's an opportunity for a vacation, and capitalizing on that and like teaching the people around you what to be listening out for so that they have like a natural opportunity to bring your name up, and it doesn't just seem like, yeah, like, hey, are you thinking about, like, it doesn't seem like an infomercial in public. It comes up naturally. And like my dad's a pediatrician, he's talking to people all the time about their kids. So I'm like, okay, like when you hear XYZ, please keep this in mind and throw my name out there. And he's happy to. Does that always result in a sale? No. But like as a pediatrician, people know, like, and trust him. And if he's recommending someone else, even if it is his daughter, like there's a level of trust there.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree. I think this was good talk. The whole thing. And because I think in the culture and the travel agent culture of today, we look at travel influencers and we want to have that kind of reach. And I think reach is wonderful and reach is great, but we're kind of looking, we can't see the forest through the trees kind of thing when we don't look at the people in our immediate circle first. And I think, having that type of audience, that that influencer audience is a great thing to kind of strive for. But if you're not getting bookings, it's really just having an audience is not doing anything.
Right. And I think, with that, like, encourage, if your family and friends aren't thinking of going on a trip and they do want to support you, and encourage them to engage with your social content. Like, that's a great way that they can offer you their support. Engage with your social content, ask you questions when you post polls and things. My brother has routinely joined my lives, and like, I know that he's not planning any big trips anytime soon. But that, he has the time at the times that I've done things live. And so he's joined, and that, like, that shows other people that people are watching. And so things like that can be really helpful too. Um, you know, Influencers all got their start somewhere, and you might not see the majority of your clients from social. The rare few of us will, but getting that support from people in your circle can then show it to their friends, who really, those are still referrals as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just be thinking about all that.
Well, I hope that everyone has a really great weekend. I know that MK has a meeting that she's got to jump into, so we've got to head off. But let us know what you're working on in this next week, what you're excited about. If you are taking part in the Plan Your Vacation Day, which is on Tuesday. So that will be a fun day. Let us know what you're doing. If you have any big ideas, big plans for that day, we want to know. Make sure you're following us over on our newest Instagram, which is the Before You Plan the Magic podcast Instagram. We're going to be moving everything over there. Check out the podcast, join our Facebook group, do all the things, hit all the little things. I'll do all the things.
Just add that to your Friday list.
Yeah, exactly. You've got plenty of time. And we will see you Monday morning, bright and early.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
I got to find the outro. Okay, bye.
Thanks so much for listening to Before You Plan the Magic, a podcast with a mission to help you grow in confidence, creativity, and customer service within your travel business.
Like what you hear and want to connect on a deeper level? Join us on Instagram at the Happiest Things Collective.